On. I am here with Michael Forrester and Palmetto Mortgage Group. He's going to be speaking to you guys today about himself being in the business as well as why you need to work with Palmetto Mortgage Group. This is an awesome time for us, and we thank you for taking some time to speak with us, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely, and thank you for giving me the opportunity here.
No problem.
And so Palmetto Mortgage Group, I always try to talk to folks of why use Palmetto Mortgage when there's 100 other mortgage companies and banks, in the local community as well as nationally. There are thousands of banks, and I think a lot of times it has to fit exactly what you're looking for. What is the partnership and network around that person? So when they come to Torin and Torin says, "Hey, I trust using this local lender," right? And you may want to talk a little bit about local lenders and that importance, and we do value that. But above and beyond that, with Palmetto Mortgage, we talk about culture and what that means to us and who we work with and how that culture comes across to our consumer. One of those highlighting points that we talk about is people over profit. We don't charge all these underwriting fees and processing fees and all these other lender fees that just are added on. That's not a service to our customer.
Gotcha.
That's putting profit over people. We have a flat fee. And so we say, look, if we can make a living at this flat fee, and that's what's beneficial for the consumer, we're going to be in the business long term because consumers know how we treat them. It goes to how our structure is set up internally, that when the customer comes in, they're assigned a person not above and beyond the loan officer. We have a customer liaison that's there for their every question. So you and I are doing a video now. If my customer calls and has a concern, if they can't get me, they go right to Ali Barbado to answer those questions. We have a realtor liaison so that if I'm here with Torin, that you have a realtor liaison that's going to be reaching out for 7 touch points throughout the transaction. And so we build all of that in, and we do those expenses, and we do that on a less charge, so that we service the community, so we service the customer. So the customer is the center of everything that we do and every part of our community, because we are a part of your community. And that's why we talk about local lending. And it's, whether it's our realtor, whether it's CPAs, whether it's tax professionals, and whether, it's anything to do with that transaction, we're here to help them with that.
And that's one of the biggest things that I always preach to all of my clients, is to definitely work with a local lender. I'm a huge fan of national lenders. Don't get me wrong. I think that everybody brings their own thing to the table. But when you work with a local lender, like Mike was saying, you're going to catch them at the grocery store. You're going to catch them at the ball game. You're going to catch, your kids might go to school together. And that really does build that sense of community that he's speaking of. So when you are looking at, applying for a mortgage, definitely speak to, a local lender, specifically, Mike Forrester. He's definitely going to be able to knock it out with Palmetto Mortgage Group. It's a no-brainer on that end. But continue.
Yeah, absolutely. And so talk to you a little bit about myself so that the customer knows here. It's 26 years of experience I've been in here. I started when I was 10 years old, Torin.
We all did.
I've been in the business for a long time, and I've been on all facets of the business. So I know how to take the skills that I've learned over that time and the experience over that time, how to best serve the customer. And Palmetto Mortgage just sets that up perfectly, which is a reason I am a part of Palmetto Mortgage. And what the skill, the level, the service, everything that we bring to the customer. And again, the customer being the centric piece of that business. And so that's about me, 26 years of experience, being in the corporate levels all the way through it. And again, bringing that knowledge of loan programs. I think the customer is looking not just for a mortgage professional, because they can go anywhere for a lender. They're looking for a mortgage advisor.
And Mike, I'm going to stop him real quick because I want to let you guys know he's being very, very modest. He was with one of the biggest banks in the country, if not in the world, Wells Fargo. And there was a lot of things that I have seen as a realtor. He doesn't have to really speak on it at all, that were not being met when I was getting clients that were working with Wells Fargo. I mean, case in point, there was another lender that worked with Wells Fargo that no longer is with them. So for Mike to make this change in his career, he definitely had to see the value that Palmetto Mortgage brought to the table. So that's exactly what I wanted to say about that. I know he's being a little bit modest with his 26 years, but his 26 years was with one of the top financial institutions in the world. So now we're going to take a little bit of time to speak about the loan products that Mike offers.
Yeah, so as a lender here, we offer many types of loan products, but really in this area, you're looking at several. You're looking at jumbo, which is going to be your higher end. These are loans above $625,000.
Okay, $625,000, correct?
Dollars for the loan amount.
$625, no, $625,000.
$1,000. That's right. So anything that would be $624,999 and below would now fall into what's called conventional lending. And that's going to be, we can get into credit scoring and all of that. So there's a lot of factors, especially when people talk about rates. Somebody, what's your rate today? Well, there's a lot of factors that go into that, right? Just same with loan products. And then if it's not conventional, you start getting into government lending. And there's several types of government lending. There's USDA, which offers 100% financing. But as you know, homes have to be in a certain area, in a rural located area that's on a map that is adjusted at least yearly. They'll go in and adjust those maps so you know if that home qualifies. So the home has to qualify in location for that.
A lot of times too with USDA, what I've seen, especially in the Spartanburg area, it's going to be outside of city limits. So Boiling Springs, you're good. Inman, Campobello, Landrum, all the surrounding areas, all the suburbs, I guess I could say, of the city of Spartanburg is where you'll find the advantage of USDA, right. 100% financing.
Right, and then you get into FHA. FHA is a popular government loan. And again, we talk about all the time, a lot of banks have what's called overlays when you get into some of these products where they say, okay, well, FHA or USDA wants this documentation from a customer. That is exactly what we go by. A lot of banks will say, okay, well, USDA wants this, FHA wants this, VA wants this, but we also want 5 other documents.
As the lending institution, there are some mortgage lenders that are going to want outside of just what the government-backed financing is going to want. So they're going to want more documentation. But Mike's telling you guys, with them and FHA, they go straight off what they want and not what they also need. So it saves you a little bit of time and headache.
Yeah, we talk about efficiency and process, and we want to make that transaction, especially in a competitive market.
Yep.
We have some realtors who say if there's an offer out there and it's FHA and I have a conventional offer, what I typically like to do if that's your customer is I like to call the listing agent and tell them why FHA lending with a Palmetto Mortgage Group is going to close as fast as a conventional loan. So when they're looking at 2 offers, I want to strengthen our borrower's offer in a multiple offer situation because we can close those loans in 30 days just like a conventional loan. So, but when we talk about loan products, VA is very special to me. My dad was a retired veteran, Marine, and so that's just special to my heart. So we have VA lending as well. There's also a need when you talk about, especially when you talk about the city of Spartanburg and different things like that. There's state housing loans. So state housing is something where the funds are available through the state, and so we partner with that program to also have financing through FHA, but through state housing. There's some down payment assistant products that we can talk about through that program, but we offer all sorts of financing. So we, again, individualize that to the customer and what is their credit score, what is their down payment, what is their assets. So again, when we talk about why use Palmetto Mortgage, Torin, Palmetto Mortgage, we look at ourselves as more than just a mortgage lender. We look at ourselves at advisors. In fact, our loan officers actually go and do other education outside of just the normal required education to be certified mortgage planners, to put those initials behind their name. It's like having an accountant and having a CPA. There's a difference. Gotcha. Right. Gotcha. And so, our loan officers are trained to be advisors. And so we take that very seriously when we're working with a consumer, that we're not pushing them to a product that's profitable for us, that we're putting people over profit and advising them, here's what's best for you. Now, we'll offer all of that, but we let them make the choice based on an advisory position, not I want to push this particular product position.
That is awesome. So this is going to definitely just give us an understanding of what Michael Forrester and the Palmetto Mortgage Group offers to you as a consumer. You definitely want to be educated in understanding what products are offered and what fits best for you. That's what he's talking about being an advisor. So 2 things that I will tell you I took away from this is the fact that they have no muss, no fuss FHA financing, as well as they love to be able to be inclusive and include themselves in the community. And that is going to be it with our interview with Michael Forrester and the Palmetto Mortgage Group. You guys already know what to do. Please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We make this content for you and your betterment. And also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Torin Foley. And then also as well, Mike. Mike, tell them where they can find you.
Yeah, absolutely. So on Instagram, it's a Mortgage by Michael. Pretty simple. And then on Facebook, obviously Michael Forrester, Palmetto Mortgage Group. And then our YouTube channel, Mortgage Matters.
Mortgage Matters. I like that. You guys already know what to do. Thank you once again for taking some time to watch this video with us, and please reach out to him. He would love to be able to help you.